What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Roadrunner United. Yes, indeed. Roadrunner United fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity-bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Frank Canini, and Frank wanted to see me react to this song by Roadrunner United called In the Fire. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Roadrunner Records, no surprise there. And the video has 2,900 views. Well, there you go. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Roadrunner United, In the Fire, official audio. Wah, wah, wah.
I can't believe you've done this.
Yeah, there's that word official coming off of their official page. Yeah, buddy. Look, you already know what I'm going to say, so I'm not going to say it. All I'm going to say is just wait and see what happens and hope for the best. It's official audio, so this is not a live performance. This is an actual studio recording. So they had like an all-star album, I guess. That's kind of cool. I've seen that happen before. Heck, this could be interesting. I have no idea who's on it, but that it could be interesting. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Is that King Diamond? Is that King Diamond on vocals? Back up. Back up.
I see the moon outside.
Sounds like
with its evil grin. Watching the breeze tonight. Accusing me.
That's gotta be him. What a great surprise. I did not know we had His Royal Highness King Diamond on vocals. This is going to be amazing. I'm already all in on this. Already. Let's keep going.
No, say goodbye. On blackened wings I fly. To hell, and then I die. Oh, it's still the same. Can you tell me why? Which is then, which is today? Confess which.
Confess which. Kind of shades of the Eye a little bit there with the lyric confess which when they did the Trial, I think was the name of the song, the second track on the album. There was a couple of times where he said confess which. That's a nice little throwback right there. I have no idea who the guitar player. I suspect one of the guitar players may be Andy LaRocque, but I'm not sure who the other guitar player is. No clue. No idea who the bass player is. No idea who the drummer is. I wish I knew. But I like what I'm hearing. That from a songwriting standpoint, definitely has. I don't know if I would go too far back, like to Abigail. I don't know if I would go that far back, but from a songwriting feel standpoint, it definitely. I don't know about the Eye. Maybe like Conspiracy in that era, but vocal delivery, Puppet Master. Absolutely, it's that same vocal style like he has in the Puppet Master. Same mix, same approach, same delivery, same everything. Really, really cool. I need to find out. Now you know what? It doesn't. I'll let the commenters fill me in on who's. Is that Andy LaRocque on guitar? It wouldn't shock me. Then again, maybe it's some other guitar player from some other I haven't heard of, or maybe I have heard of. I don't know. There's two guitars though. I can tell. Now I don't know if it's two separate guitar players or if it's one guitar player recording both parts. That would make sense too. So who are the guitar players or player? Who's the bassist? Who's the drummer? I already know who the vocalist. You listen. You cannot mistake that voice. You just can't. So that's awesome. Love hearing the King.
When 1,000 years of pain between here and then, did we all die in vain? Oh, it's just insane. Oh, help me! No, you're gonna die.
That's
No, just say goodbye.
the time.
Wings I fly to hell, and then I die. Oh, it's still the same. Can you tell me why? Which is then, which is today? Now go to hell.
That's not really pop. We're gonna end with a guitar solo. Really? not? Yeah. I was getting worried. I'm not gonna lie. That guitar solo kept going on and on and on and on, and I'm like, are we gonna end with guitar solo? I would have had a serious problem with that. I'm like, you're gonna get King Diamond, one of the most prolific vocalists in the world of metal, and you're gonna end with a 3-minute or 2-minute long guitar solo. You're not gonna give King Diamond the last word? Wow. Talk about disrespect. No. King came back in and finished us off properly. Thank you very much. I loved this. This was fun. This was very entertaining. What a great surprise having King Diamond at the front. That was awesome. Now, I need to stop geeking out. I need to stop fanboying. And I need to look at this objectively. So, let me take a few minutes here. Let me collect myself, because trust me, I need to collect myself. And let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Roadrunner United with In the Fire. This was a request from Frank Canini. That was a ride. That was fun. That was very, very enjoyable, and topped off by the fact that, surprise, surprise, on lead vocals, His Royal Highness King Diamond. Oh my goodness. I don't fanboy out very often for musicians in general, but in particular, vocalists. I'm usually, when it comes to vocalists, I'm usually very kind of standoffish with vocalists, because vocals I go over my head. So I don't fanboy over them. I'll fanboy over bass players. I'll fanboy over drummers. I'll even fanboy over guitar players and keyboardists, but I very rarely fanboy over vocalists. King Diamond is probably one of 3 vocalists that I fanboy over. And yeah, I heard him start to sing, and I was like, that's King. That's gotta be King. Hail! So that was a very nice surprise. And Frank didn't tell me. Frank, in his request, he didn't tell me anything. So that was a great surprise, Frank. Good job. If you had told me, I would have been braced for it. I would have been ready for it. And it still would have been nice, but having that nice, pleasant surprise, that was just bonus points, man. So thank you, Frank, for not spoiling the surprise. Now, having said all that, yeah, fanboying, absolutely. And the fanboy side of me wants to just put this up in the 9s and call it a day. But that would not be fair. It would not be fair to every other artist, every other band, every other vocalist that we've had on the channel. So I have to put my fandom aside. I have to put my fanboy geeking out aside, and I have to look at this objectively, okay? Having done that, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm still going to give this an 8.6. Yep, 8.6. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, an 8.6. What does that mean? Well, an 8.6 would translate to a great skill rating, because overall, I think this was a great song. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and an A letter grade. So there you go, an 8.6, great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay. The songwriting, really well done. Kind of in that vein of, definitely in the vein of King Diamond, without question. A lot of minor movement, a lot of sus movement, diminished movement. Very typical of King Diamond, without question. I loved everything I heard from a chordal progression standpoint. Everything flowed well. Everything made sense. There was never any time anywhere in the song where I was sitting there going, oh, I wonder why they went there with the chordal progression or with the melodic lines or the harmonic lines. So everything made perfect sense. Everything was smooth as glass when it came from transitioning from chord to chord, note to note, phrase to phrase. Everything just flowed like a river. It was awesome to hear. Very, very well done. Some people will say a little stereotypical, and I see their point, but at the same time, you know, okay, if this had been a King Diamond song, let's say, take Roadrunner United out of this, and let's say this was making an appearance on a King Diamond album, I would kind of be inclined to agree with them. I would say, you know what, yeah, it's very much the King Diamond style, but here's the thing, it's not a King Diamond song. It's a Roadrunner United song, which means it's an all-star group. Now, question. I thought at first maybe it wouldn't have shocked me if that was Andy LaRocque on guitar, because wherever King goes, Andy's right behind him. But the more I was listening, especially during the guitar solo, like once the guitar solo kicked in, I was really listening to what was being played, and I'm sitting here going, that doesn't sound like Andy. And the further we got into it, and the more aggressive the guitar solo got, the more convinced I am that is not Andy LaRocque on guitar. I don't know who it is. I don't know. Now, here's the thing. It might be one, it might be two. I don't know. But whoever it is, or whoever they are, very technical guitar playing. Very technical. Very tight guitar playing. The type of guitar playing that is... It's not sterile with how tight it is. It's not inorganic. It's not digital, but it is definitely well rehearsed. I mean, there was no dirt in that playing whatsoever. I'm not sure who the guitar player is or are. There might be one doing all the guitar. Remember, this is a studio recording, so it could very well be one person doing all the guitar parts, or it could be two, maybe even three. It is an all-star recording, so who knows? Same thing with the drumming, same with the bass playing. And the bassist. I have no idea who they are, but they sounded tight. They sounded very well rehearsed. So I got absolutely no issue with anything that happened as far as musicianship goes. I think the musicianship is great. Add to that King Diamond's vocal style and his approach in certain areas. You know, doubling the voice within the octaves, sometimes harmonizing, sometimes just doing octaves, sometimes doing, his clean vocal, sometimes getting his grit and growl vocal. Always, no matter what he did, always within the realms of good taste, though. Never taking the vocals too far, which I absolutely appreciate. The vocal mix kind of reminds me of the Puppet Master, if I'm being honest. I don't know who was engineering this, but or who was mixing his vocals in particular, but it definitely had Puppet Master qualities and Puppet Master sound. So I don't know if this was recorded during the time of the Puppet Master album. It's very possible, or maybe they just really liked the vocal performance on the Puppet Master and duplicated it for the sake of this recording. Either way, it was done cleanly, and it was done very well. So I really enjoyed the vocal performance on this. I think some of King Diamond's best vocal work was on that album. So some of his best vocal performances. So having it done on this song, nice call. Looking at everything objectively, I think it's a great job. Okay, I absolutely do, and that is without question. As much as I would love personally to put this up in the nines, I just can't do it. I can't, because I've heard other songs from other bands that, if I'm being honest here, blow this song out of the water. So I just can't do it. Okay, but as much as I would love to. Having said that, I'm going to leave it up to the commenters to fill me in as to who the other musicians are. I know King Diamond's doing vocals. I get that. Who are the other musicians? I have absolutely no clue. I'm sure people will tell me, and I'm either going to go, oh yeah, that I totally see that now, or I'm going to go, who is that? I haven't heard of this cat, or I haven't heard of these guys, or I have no idea who that person is. It's going to be one of those two things, I have a feeling. So, but in any case, I enjoyed it. It was a great song, great songwriting, great arrangement, and great execution across the board. And that's why I'm coming up with the great score of 8.6. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.6, which is a great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.